Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of really quick, really budget, super easy ways to make your home look more expensive. If you are someone that is trying to keep to a budget but wants to step up your decor and elevate your space, you have come to the right place. That is also what I love to do. We are going to be going over a couple of tips and tricks, easy DIYs that you can do in an afternoon while you're watching TV sort of thing to make your home look more designer, more elevated, and more in line with that style that you are probably going for. If that sounds like something that you're interested in and you want to see a couple of my favorite tricks that you can do to elevate your home, then stick around and watch this video. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. They're out every Sunday at 9 a.m. And make sure to stick around until the end of this video because we are also going to be doing a mini haul. I found a really cool antique mall and thrift store the other day in my area. It's one that I've never been to, and I want to show you guys some of the things that I found that we will be using in upcoming DIYs and to decorate with. So you don't want to miss any of that. So make sure that you stick around till the very end to see all of my tips and tricks and the haul. And we are going to get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing that we are going to do to step up our space, make it look more expensive, more designer, while still sticking with a small budget, not spending a lot at all, we are going to be adding a really beautiful art light to our bedroom, which is where we are right now. If you are new here and you haven't seen many of my videos, I recently redid our entire bedroom. It looked totally different before. I'll put a clip on the screen of what it looked like before we did this, and I am so in love with the final result. So I want to add an art light to go over this piece of art, which is above my dresser. And art lights can be pretty expensive, especially if you are hardwiring them, if you're getting like a high-end brand, and they really make your space look more designer. It's literally going to take us a couple minutes to do this, and it's going to make your space look so much more curated and special just by doing this one thing. So this is a like 15-minute thing that you can do anywhere in your home, doesn't have to be in a bedroom, to step up your space. The art light that we are going to be using, I got off of Amazon. It was about $20, which I think is not too bad, and it's also rechargeable. So that's something that I personally really like to do, is add sconces, decorative lighting around the house that can be statement pieces and really pull together your decor, and use rechargeable lights to do it, so you don't have to go through the extra expense and hassle of getting hard wiring run to that area or doing it yourself. And honestly, rechargeable lights have come a long way. They are so easy to work with, and you still get that benefit of a really beautiful addition to your home. So let me show you the art light that we're going to be adding so you can see how cool it is, and we can put it above this piece to step up the space. This is the art light that we're going to be working with. It is LED. This is the brand, but I'll also link it below for you guys so it's really easy for you to find if you want to use this as well. There's also a lot of other great options out there if this one doesn't appeal to you. This is not sponsored. This is literally just something that I personally really like and wanted to share with you guys as a tip to make your home look more expensive. And the really cool thing about this light, something that I have recently found with rechargeable lights that I really love because it makes it a million times more convenient, this is magnetic. This is all you have to do to put that light up. Super cool. I really love that. And we're gonna go ahead and hang our light up so you can see what it looked like before and after in this space. Should we turn it on and test it out and see if it's a good angle? Oh, that looks really nice. So I'm really loving how this looks. I definitely think that it takes the space and steps it up, makes it feel more designer, more high-end, more tailored in a way, and it does it on a really amazing budget as well. We did not spend much. This took me literally 10 minutes to do, and I feel like it made a really big difference in this room. And this is something, again, that you can do in any art in your home, any room in your home. I have an art light that I actually DIY'd on the channel in our living room, and I feel like it just totally transforms the space and makes it so much more special and just feel expensive, even if you didn't spend a lot on the light itself. And it also just gives like really great ambiance and lighting for if you don't want the room to be super bright. One more hack that's going to really step up your space and make it feel super, super custom and high-end. And this is actually my favorite tip. It's something that I have not shown on the channel. I did this before I ever started my channel, but I get a ton of compliments on this from friends, family, anyone that sees pictures of this. And it's such an easy thing to do that doesn't take a lot of time or money, but it's going to make your space look so special. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. And we are going to head to the kitchen for this one. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is one of my all-time favorite DIYs, something that I definitely think that everyone could incorporate in their home, and it's going to make your home look unique and just really put together. We're going to be making kind of a gallery wall of photos on our fridge. A lot of people, myself included, tend to put photos, invitations, business cards, all that kind of stuff on their fridge, and it becomes just this collage of like messy chaos. That definitely is what my fridge looked like. I had so many pictures all over it, and it was just really unorganized, and it took away from your ability to like really take those pictures in and enjoy them. So I did this DIY first about a year ago before I ever even started my channel, and it's been one of my favorite things about our house to date, and it's really held up so well over the last year. I've had zero issues with it. None of the pictures have fallen down or gotten damaged or anything like that. So I have a new picture that I want to add to our fridge gallery wall, and so I thought it would be fun to share with you guys how to do this and show you what the fridge looks like with all of my pictures on display. To do this, you just need a couple of things. You're going to need a pretty frame, whatever your style is, whatever type of frame you're into. I really like ornate gold vintage frames. So this one is not actually vintage, it just looks it. I got this off of Amazon on Prime Day for like $6, I want to say. Any frame that you want to use is what you will get. And if you're doing a whole gallery wall like I have already done, and not just adding one to it, then you're going to want to get a collection of frames that go together well. You're also going to need magnets. Any kind of magnet will do. You just want them to be strong magnets and large enough that you're not going to have to put like a million magnets on your frame. This is the size that I have. I would say this is like dime size sort of, and this will work totally fine. This also comes with little 3M sticky guys that would probably work really well for this. And then you'll need some E6000 and a picture. The first thing we want to do is remove this little stand off the back of our frame. And yes, you could get scientific with it and get a little tool to pop it off, but you could also just rip it off like I do. So that you saw, that took me no effort and no time. It literally just pops off and left barely any damage, and it won't matter because we're going to cover it in magnets. So we don't need this. Throw it away. It's whatever you want to do. All right, so we're going to put our picture in. All right, and then I'm also going to pop off these little hangers. You don't have to do this, but it's just gonna help it to lay a little bit flatter on the fridge. So I am going to do that. And I'm just gonna twist it. These ones, that came out pretty easy, but usually those are a little bit harder to pull out. So just twist them back and forth or get a little screwdriver and they'll pop off. Now what we're gonna do is we have our picture in our frame and we're gonna take our magnets and E6000 them to the back. I like to err on the side of more magnets. That way you know your picture isn't going to fall because you're going to be opening and closing your fridge, and depending on how hard you close it, it could get quite a bit of force put at it on a daily basis. So I like to put more magnets. And the other thing that I have learned from my first time around doing this when I made my gallery wall originally is that you definitely want to use E6000, super glue, gorilla glue, something like this, not hot glue. I used hot glue the first time and the heat from the glue gun demagnetizes the magnets. So that may be common sense to other people, but I didn't know that. So I'm assuming that some of you might not know that too. So definitely do not go the fast route of hot glue because you will run into issues. This will take a little bit more time to cure, but it's going to be better in the long run. Literally so simple. We're going to put some E6000 on our magnet and then stick it to the back of our frame, and we'll just keep doing that until you think you have enough magnets. But it's really, really easy.
On the road, I've been away for far too long. But now I'm on my way.
Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all done. I, again, like to go more on the heavy side with the magnets to make sure that it's really strong. You probably could just use the 3M tape that it comes with, but I would rather use the E6000 to make sure they're not going to pull off. As you saw, you want to make sure that your magnets are magnetized in the right direction so that they don't like push away from each other or flip, because if they are not, they will literally flip over and like connect to each other. You saw that happen to me a little bit, and I thought that they were magnetized the correct way, and then it turned out that I was not right and they flipped over. But if that happens, it's totally fine. The glue is not going to interfere with its ability to hold on to the fridge. It'll dry clear and it'll work just fine. The only issue is just getting them separated and you get a little glue on your hands. So not a big deal. You can see a couple of mine got glue. They'll dry and be okay. We're gonna let this cure. I'm gonna let it sit probably overnight to make sure that it's really good and dry, and then tomorrow we can put it on our fridge and see the final result. All right, so our frame is all dry with our magnets on the back. They're super solid and they are sticking to the fridge really well. Like, listen to this. That thing's strong. I mean, yeah, not going anywhere. This is what the fridge currently looks like with all of the frames that I've already done. So you can see it's kind of like a little gallery wall of photos that we can have on display on our fridge. That makes it a lot more organized and with the aesthetic of the home and just a lot prettier. But you still get to have all the photos, drawings, business cards, whatever it is that you want on your fridge while making it look a lot nicer. We're gonna go ahead and add this one to our fridge gallery wall, and then we will move into our mini hall.
The west wind's calling out my name. They telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, the place I call my home. I was looking to belong.
Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys a few items that we picked up while thrifting this week. I didn't film while we were in the thrift stores just because we weren't really looking for anything in particular, and I hadn't been to these thrift stores before. We were actually just going to pick up the kitchen island from Facebook Marketplace from the person's house, and they ended up canceling on us and we had to go a different day. So while we were out over in that area, which was like 30 minutes from us, we decided to just pop in a few thrift stores and see what they had, and we found quite a few things. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So we went to 2 different places while we were over picking up the kitchen island, and I'll put the name of the places that we went to on the screen for you guys so that if you live in this area, you can check them out. They were new to us, but they turned out to be really good spots. So I would suggest checking them out if you're over here. The first place we went to, we picked up 2 things, and this was definitely more of a thrift store. The other one was more of like an antique mall. The first thing we found was these little drawer dividers. You've probably seen these before. They're bamboo drawer dividers, and you put them in your drawer to separate, just to organize and give you a little bit more space, kind of. There's 2 of them, and they push in like that. They go in your drawer, and you can put like long utensils, or if you want to separate it in half, you can do that. So I thought this would be really good for a couple of our drawers that are kind of just everything goes in there. They're not one category of kitchen. I want to use these to organize those 2 drawers. The second thing that we got was this big storage box. We got this for $10. The other one, the drawer dividers, was just a couple bucks. $5 for the drawer dividers. It looks like it probably stored maybe like silverware or something like that with the way that the dividers are set up. But I thought this would be cool for Matt because he likes to collect old knives or knives from places that we travel to. So I thought this would be a really good way for him to safely display them, you know, have them out so that he can enjoy them. Looks like this. And it's got really nice velvet covered dividers in there. These little loop things up here. We'll set this up for him at some point as well. So that's what we got from the first place. And the second place that we went to was more of like an antique mall, and we found quite a few things there as well. And I actually have a receipt from this one, so I can tell you how much everything is, which I don't always have. Sometimes I lose them. So this first item is probably one of my favorites that I found. I think it's so pretty. I got this for $24, and it's this beautiful, oh, that's upside down, this beautiful velvet backed landscape painting. I think that this is an oil painting, but I just think it's so pretty. This frame is gorgeous. I love the velvet, and I love these little ball details. And it's a smaller piece of art, which is usually harder for me to find. So I've been looking for some smaller ones like this size and smaller. And then this is what the back looks like. So I just think this is so, so pretty. And I'm really excited to decorate with this one. So that was definitely a good find. I found actually a few pieces of small art at this place, which you have been around on my channel. You know that's something that I have been looking for a while and have struggled to find. Okay, speaking of small art, here are the other pieces of small art that I found at this antique mall. And these were $8 each, which is a little bit on the pricey side, but I have been really searching for these and not been able to find them, so I felt like it was worth it. Got this one, which is a cute little oil painting of some flowers, and I thought this frame was just so pretty and just like the perfect little size. It's so cute. Look at that. Same artist, same booth. There's this little oil painting. So these are the same size, and I just thought they would be really cute stacked in a small space somewhere in our house. So I was definitely very excited to find those because I have been searching everywhere and I'm still looking for small art. I really like to have a good selection of small art for little nooks and spaces so that you can still decorate them and make them feel special without having something that's too big for the space. Next, I found this really pretty wooden frame, and I just think that the details on this are so beautiful. It's definitely a vintage frame. It's a 10 by 8. It's wired to go horizontally, but you could put it either way. So for this one, I thought that I could either have something printed to go in here or possibly paint something myself to go in here, because I do like to oil paint, and I've done that for quite a while now, since I was like in early high school. So I might paint like a little landscape or something to go into this frame. And that's something that's good. You or someone you know likes to paint or make art. If you get a frame like this without the glass, you can put a canvas in it and it'll fit and have room to kind of like sit in like this one or stick out a little bit, which you can't do with frames that have glass. Okay, next, I found 4 wooden legs. So these ones are short and thick wooden legs. I paid $6 for each of these. They are raw wood, unstained, not sealed, anything like that, but they already have the holes pre-drilled into the ends. And 2 of them that I found had the little things on the end to twist in, like whatever these screws are called. called. I was really excited about these because a while back we got a vintage chest, like a trunk. I really wanted to put it up a little bit higher on some legs, so I did try to do that in a video, I don't know, a few months ago, but the legs were just too tall and skinny for the size of the trunk, so it looked really funny, and I was just never happy with how that turned out, and it's something that I said that I would circle back to, so I've been looking for legs that would fit the size of the trunk better. So when I saw these ones, I knew that they would be perfect because they're shorter and thicker, which is exactly what I need. I'm planning to do kind of like a redemption video for that trunk where we put these legs on and stain them to color match, because I also didn't get a very good color match last time. I had a lot of issues with that trunk. So we're going to put these on the trunk and get them looking good in a video sometime soon. The next thing I got was some hardware, which I love to look for at thrift stores and flea markets and all that kind of stuff. But this hardware I thought was really cool. It was not like any of my other hardware. So it's this white painted floral detail hardware, and it came in a set of 4, and I just thought they were really, really pretty. They're a good size. They have the brass, but they also just are different from anything that I have. I paid $15 for all 4 of these, and I just thought this was a great deal and a really good find. Looking forward to a project where I can use these sometime soon. And then lastly, I feel we can guess what's in here. If you know what's in this before I open it, leave it in the comments, because those of you that have seen my hauls before probably can guess what the last item's going to be, what I haven't shown yet that we always end up getting. So leave me a comment if you knew before I opened it. Dun, 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 dun. Books. We always have to get some books. We got 4 little books. These ones are really cute. They're super cool covers. They just had some special ones that had really great art this time. First up, Fables and Slang. And this one is just such a pretty cover. I love the design. And it's also just really cool. I've not seen any books with this theme, like the Fables and Slang, at other places we've been. And it has the little logo on the back. And my favorite, it has the really old pages where they look kind of torn on the sides. So this was $12 for this book, and it's from 1899. So that's the first one. Next up, we have Rip Van Winkle, Other Stories Like That. Looks like this, another beautiful one. I really love this color of blue, and I love the gold design on it. Ooh. Don't know what that was. Okay, so this one was a little bit more expensive. This one was $20, but very special for sure. And this one's from 1885. So really pretty one with gold pages on the side, if you can tell. So that's super cool as well. Our next book, this one is Uncle Tom's Cabin from 1894. And this one has really beautiful art on the cover and the side and back. It's in a little bit rougher condition, but not horrible. I mean, it's still slightly attached to the cover. And it also has cool art inside. I picture a drawing of the author, Harriet Beecher Stowe. That one's really, really pretty. And then our last book, The Law of Success. So this one is one of our red books. I love red books. I think they are just so pretty and show aging really well. If you can tell, it has a little bit of an embossed detail and then some gold writing on it as well. And this one is, she's old. I mean, look at that. This was $4. And actually inside this book, we thought this was interesting. There was a check from 1957 for William B. Gray Jr. for $5 million. Yeah, it's from the Land of Development Division, so it's a really, really old check, which is pretty crazy. So that was interesting to find inside. And this book is 1947, so the check was 10 years after that. So that is everything that we got in our thrifting adventure. Alright guys, that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed getting to see a couple really quick, really easy, really inexpensive ways that you can update your home. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more of my videos. I put them out every single Sunday at 9 a.m. If you like this style of video and you want to see some more of my tips and tricks that I use to make our home feel really designer and custom, then leave a comment and let me know, and I would be happy to do a longer video where we get into more of the things that I do to make our home really feel special that you could easily apply to your space as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.